What's up, Peep Squad is in the building, baby. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this situation with Tamar Braxton, baby. It done went down. I was like, Lord have mercy, Tamar Braxton, please stop doing interviews. Please stop talking it on IG. Just do the music. Put your pain, put your heart, put your soul into your music, baby girl, because that's all we need. Because these interviews, it's not really going to do you any favors and doesn't really change anything because everything has already been out here in the media. So for one thing, I just wish Tamar would get to the music, baby, do her podcast and, you know, really help people and things like that. Hey, what's up, for the Lord? What's going on? It's good to see you. What's good with you? Hey. So, you know, with this situation with Tamar, with her interview with Tamron Hall, you know, it was the same old, but only thing that was different about this interview is Tamar actually took a little bit of ownership of the relationships between her sisters. And basically she admitted that she was wrong to her sister. She done did some things to her sisters, but not in a huge way. And she said they done did some things to me too as well. They made me feel bad. They brought me down too as well. So, you know, you have that situation, but it was nice to see that she's taking some ownership and she actually said, you know what, I wasn't a great person. I wasn't a nice person. I did talk about people. I did read people. I did judge people. I did treat people harsh. I wasn't there. So that was good to see, even though it was really minute, you know, throughout the interview, but for her to say it was good to hear it too as well, because maybe she can work on it. And Tamar said she's in counseling every day. That didn't really sound believable at all, because she can that really did not sound believable that she's in counseling every day. What's up, Norris? It didn't really sound like, okay, you're not in counseling every day, but she said she wasn't on any medication. But we know when we watched the show, she was on medication and she was on the bottle too as well. Hopefully she puts down the bottle. That would help too as well, because, you know, the bottle is a downer, you know. So she said she wasn't on any medication and maybe she's not at this time and point, but the way that she cried over David, I was like, Lord, girl, he is not crying over you. You need to stop crying, baby. Cry for your sisters. Cry for them. Cry for a relationship with your family. Don't cry for a relationship with a man for 2.5 years that is willing to put charges on you, put you behind bars and everything else like that, and then show your text messages, show everything. Even granted, they did get into an altercation and she said, oh no, there's no abuse going on between us. I was like, what's going on, Tamar? You went over there to Jason Lee. You sent him text messages and you showed Jason Lee pictures of your arm being bruised. And you said it was, you know, David that did it. So I don't know what's going on with that situation. That was way too much. I was like, you told Jason Lee, you know, that, you know, you was protecting yourself from David because he was speeding and then he was putting his hands towards you. And the reason why you got the bruise on your arm is because you were trying to block, you know, him. So basically, she said there's no abuse going on in a relationship and there never was. And I believe that she's trying to say that too as well, because there is a pending case against her because David did press charges and they are trying to investigate Tamar Braxton. And that's the reason why they went over there to, you know, Tony Braxton's house, and Tony was feeling a certain type of way. And that's why she jumped online, was like, yo, what's going on with this situation, right? What? The text is, I am lost. I know, that's what she said. But as soon as, you know, David went public with him basically saying he's pressing charges against Tamar, he's not going to speak about it anymore. Jason Lee went live and he gave text messages. He said he spoke to Tamar and the text messages came from her, you know, her cell phone, and he showed it and she sent him pictures because them pictures hasn't floated around anymore. You know what I mean? They haven't floated around. So I don't know what she's talking about, but basically I think she wants the case to be dropped. And, you know, David has probably have a good case against her because, you know, when it comes to his mother was there in the car with them, but also Tamar did have her best friend with her too as well. So we'll see how that situation plays out. So it doesn't seem like Tamar was 100% honest, but I don't think she could be because there's pending action against her. And she was talking about David, show the tapes. Like, how can he show the tapes when the cameras in his cars are not working? They are busted. They are broken. That's why, David is looking for $1,700 to $1,800. What's going on, SLW? What's going on, Lisa? What's going on, Susie? What's going on, Tia? What's going on? I'm tired of Tamar. Hey, Ralph, what's going on? So Tamar wasn't all the way honest in the interview with Tamron Hall. She wasn't all the way honest about the abuse situation, and then also the medication and things like that. So it's just like, and I don't believe Tamar is in counseling every single day of the week. But it's possible you can do phone counseling every single day of the week. Tamar could not complete a complete thought or actually do anything on the show Tamar Get Your Life or anything. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't focused. She wouldn't record music. She didn't want to film. She was like all over the place. Anything that Tamar needed to do for the show or anything to show the steps of her bettering herself on the show, she would end up finding a way not to do it. So it's kind of hard to believe that she would be going to counseling, every day. I was like, come on, Tamar, what are you doing? Tamar, what are you doing, baby? So, that was a situation too as well. But moving on throughout the interview, she was asked, like, how do you feel about, what happened, like, on WeTV, the trailer, the Braxton family trailer, and your mother talking about Tony Braxton called her and you was rushed to the hospital and you almost departed from this earth. Tamar basically was like, I don't know if it was real. I don't know if it actually happened at the time that they were recording, or was it something previously that it already happened and then they got back behind camera and reacted to scenes. She don't know, but she don't understand why they do now. Are they trying to help people? Are they trying to inspire people? Are they trying to help me with my depression and my mental illness? What are they doing? And she said, yes, she has been diagnosed with depression and anxiety and all this other good stuff. So she really didn't call her sisters out like she did on Instagram, basically saying the F word towards them and not being too thrilled with them talking about her situation. But she is a Braxton, so they're going to talk about her situation. Point blank, period. Everybody talked about the situation. And if she didn't want her sisters to talk about the situation, maybe she should have told them and told the mother and asked them not to. And they probably could not have, because they are under contract. So there's something, she knows the contract. She knows the business. She knows WeTV too as well. Just like she was a part of the show, would she vice versa do the same thing she wanted her sisters and her mother to do? If they didn't want her to talk about something, would she refuse to talk about that situation? So that's the question. And she's a Braxton, so it was just sad, you know what I mean? Because money, the TV show, the reality TV show has came between the ladies, became between the sisters. She cried for David on TV. She didn't cry for her sisters. But at least she did say she keeps in contact with her mother. She talks to her mother on a daily basis too as well, but she's not messing with her sisters. It is what it is. And also, on the Braxton's family, show, there's going to be an altercation with Tamar and her sister, so with Tracy. So that's going to be a situation. And so, she's not going to probably talk to them for a while, but it's just like, damn, it seems like she would forgive David. It seems like she would take David back, but she ain't trying to forgive her sisters at all, point blank, period. And she's asking them to do something that she might not do, So it was like, the businesses, they're under contract. You was the biggest smoking thing coming with that situation with David, and then your relationship being exposed as not being the wonderful, perfect relationship or a good relationship, because David went to the popos on you quick, fast, in a hurry. He didn't waste no time. He even sent them to your sister house. I was like, Lord. And Tamron asked her, David spoke about your relationship and the abuse and things like that. He was on Instagram, he made it to the Shade Room, and he was also on YouTube too as well. And basically Tamar was like, nope, nothing happened. There was no abuse, none of that. She was like, I do have recordings of everything that went down, and David has video. David don't have no video. Them cameras are gone, so she ain't too crazy. She ain't too depressed. She ain't got too much anxiety. She got rid of them cameras, and she got a recording. The recording might be blackmail. I was like, Lord, but David ain't no saint either. So it is what it is. She just said basically there was no abuse between me and David, point blank, period. He got the videotape, so he should release it. I was like, Lord, you better hope they can't recover them cameras. You better hope them cameras are not recording at another place in another area, because then you are poking the bear to, bring out some information about you that you don't want the world to see, because now you are denying that there was any abuse going on in your relationship. So you doing way too much, baby girl. Don't be calling for some shit that you don't want to happen. So it is what it is. And then Tamar started to cry. She was like, I never expected this from him. I never expected this from him. To be real, I gotta be real with myself. I've never expected this from him at all. I don't know if he did this because of the way he met me. Of course it's the way he met you, girl. He was supposed to be a rebound, Tamar. You were supposed to bounce on and bounce off and then bounce from him. But no. You were still married when you were seeing David. He was a rebound. And for him to get involved with a woman that is still married, still got the papers on her name, and they ain't even freshly, separated from each other, that says a lot about him. And he's supposed to be an ordained Christian, and he's Christian this, he's Christian that, and he's religious, but he's not actually doing the things that he's supposed to do to be claiming that he's Christian too as well. Fornicating, messing with a married woman too as well. That, that's not cool. And that should show you his character for one thing. Don't do that. If somebody's already in a relationship, or they're about to leave a relationship, or they marry, wait till they are completely done before you get involved, because in reality you're supposed to be the rebound, for real. So it is what it is with that situation. Then Tamar started whispering shit. So when you saw her whispering and doing all that good stuff, I was like, Tamar, you did the same shit on your show, whispering. I can't sing, I can't record. She had DJs there. She had producers there. She had Jay White there. She had his whole team there. She had everybody there. And they sat there and waited 12 hours and get no music, no nothing. And she said, I can't talk. She went to the doctor, got a doctor's note saying that she lost her voice. And she did the same thing on the show. So now it makes me think, when she was acting like she couldn't talk or she lost her voice, it's a behavior that she has, because she does need help. What's up, Black Lavender? What's going on with you? B-Stroke, what's going on? What's going on, Lisa Simmons? What's going on, Black Lavender Tia? B-Stroke styling. She couldn't stop bragging about being a Christian. Lord, they killed me with that Christian stuff. And they was doing everything but being Christian. I was like, Lord, help us all. Hey, Major, what's going on? And so now we have that situation. And I was like, why is she whispering again? And did you guys remember in the episode where she was whispering and her son was like, Mama, talk in your regular voice. Why are you playing? And so it makes me think maybe she was playing. What's going on? But she was crying over that man. That man ain't crying over her. That man is trying to get he's trying to get far and far away from Tamar. And the way that she cries, he was my best friend. I'm like, girl, you need to go get you some friends. And I believe Norris Tony said, like, she don't got no girlfriend. She don't got no friends. I guess she don't. Because this man's her best friend after 2.5 years. Like, damn, you told him everything about you. So he knew how to study you. He knew how to be with you. He knew how to mold you. He knew what you wanted, because he said it on the show. Tamar can be easily manipulated. Tamar is too good for her own self. Tamar can be taken advantage of. She's so given. That's when he was describing the relationship between her and Goldie. So he already knew, because Tamar was running her mouth. She should have made sure when Vince and her separated, got her some time to heal. She jumped into this relationship with this man because he had the money. I don't know about being attractive, because I don't know, y'all may find David attractive, I don't. So with that situation, and she just jumped right to him. He came in and just running everything. She gave him the red carpet to do what he needed to do. So that's why he had a problem, because soon he's been with you, you giving him the red carpet to do whatever he wants to do, and then he's, acting like he's your son's father, and then he's acting like he's your manager, he's acting like he's your boss, he's calling shots on the show that's supposed to be about you. Even though you wanted him there, he could have fell back. He made it about him and his family, not about Tamar getting better, not about Tamar having power, not about Tamar doing what she needs to do. But also, I will give David this. He made sure that they didn't try to really go there with Tamar, make her look bad, but she still looked bad at the end, and so he did too as well. It wasn't a good look, so it is what it is. I was just like, Lord, help me with this situation. Help Tamar, because she damn sure need it. And if she believes them lies that she said on that, some of them lies that she said on that stage and told, baby, she was a lick. She was David's lick. He wanted fame. She needed money, and she needed companionship, and she needed to depend on somebody. She's very codependent, and that's something that she should have worked on before she got with David, so she can be her own independent woman. So when she enters a relationship, she won't be dominated by a big personality or a man. And I believe David made her feel less than, because he's so Christian almighty. His brother's a pastor, his family's this, his family's that. He got all this money and blase in the third, and look at her and look at her family, and he's trying to repair her family. In the meantime, while he's trying to repair her family, bring her sisters together, he's looking down on her at the same time. He's like, I'm saving you, girl, I'm saving you. I was like, what's going on with that situation? Oh yes, she did get checked, Camilla, when Tamron Hall said to her, like, why did you unfollow your sisters and your mother? You know that was going to bring attention. Are you seeking attention? Are you looking for attention? And I was like, oh shit, Tamron Hall came through. Like, why would you unfollow your sisters and your mother? That's a big deal. You know what I mean? Your sister's supposed to be there for this time and moment in your life. You guys already lost a niece and a daughter due to departing from this earth, not on purpose, but it could be, who knows, And so your sisters wanted to be there for you, and blase in a third. And I was just like, yeah, I'm following them. It's just like the biggest thing. If you want everybody to talk about you, unfollow somebody that's very important that to you that you're supposed to be cool with. So it is what it is. And then, Miss Tamron Hall was like, is this the price of TV? Is this the price of fame? Breaking up with your family, fighting on TV, fighting with each other, being careless, unwanted attention. Tamar, you was being sassy, you was talking about people, and Tamron Hall was like, I read the comments under your post and nobody had sympathy or empathy for you. I was like, damn, I read them comments too, so I know exactly what she is talking about. Tamron Hall was like, yo, there is no hope. Like, people ain't even trying to love you down at all. So, and she was like, people, and so that's when Tamar took accountability of when she was rude and disrespectful to people. And she was like, you was that cool girl, you was that sassy girl, you was a sister that everybody wanted to hang out with. Is that the price of fame? And she was like, well, I don't know if it's the price of fame. And then Tamar quoted a Bible quote. You should have been quoting them quotes when you met David. That's what you should have did. But it is what it is. We all make mistakes, but girl, you need to stop talking about David. You need to stop crying about David and put on some music. Like, we tired of listening about David. We tired of this. We want to see you do better. We want to see some progress. We want to see you progress. We want to hear some music. She did do music with what's his name, Hall, Todrick Hall. That's cool, but where's the album? Where's the song? Why ain't you singing your pain? You need to get on your Instagram and start singing. You need to start singing everywhere you go. Stop doing interviews and telling your business and just start singing and tell people to buy it on iTunes and everywhere else. That's what you need to do, because you need the money. We all need the money. But one of the biggest reasons why you were with David is because David, showboated his money, and he made you jump through hoops for it. So don't don't ever get it twisted. You want a rich man, you want a rich woman to date, to help you and take care of you. There's going to be hoops that you're going to got to jump through. And that's why Tamar could not go with Golden Dew. That's why David was running the ship, because you know why? He's paying, he was fitting some of the bills. He was doing some things. He was putting money in the pocket, money in the bank, and she was comfortable with him. And he ended up being that savior, that Superman. And at the same time, he felt like he wanted something from her, and he wanted the fame. He wanted the fame because he already got the fortune, because he ain't broke, baby. And if they offer David a TV show with his family and them preaching and all of the other stuff, David's going to do a TV show. You keep talking about David, David's going to do a tell-all. You keep talking about David, he's going to do an interview. You keep poking the bear trying to get his attention, and he's going to really give you some attention, and people are going to really be coming at you even more, even though I'm not with David. But we know Tamar is not perfect, and there's some things about her relationship with David that she don't want out. David right now, he's gonna end up, coming out here and saying too much. And you watch, because he didn't love you in the first place. The way that she loved him, he didn't love her at all. She tried to please him, his family. He didn't have to do none of that because he thought he was better than her and her family. So him just showing up being David, being the businessman, the finance man, that was good enough. She had to prove herself. The family was worried about her. They was like, I don't know, she's too opinionated. Then the sisters talking about they opinionated too. I was like, Lord, help me with this situation. Tamar you crying on TV, Lord, you should have been crying for your sisters. You should have been crying for you and your sisters to come together. You should have been crying that I need my best friends, my sisters, the ones that I grew up with. I'm sorry. Can we make amends? Can we not let this TV show get us? Can we film on Instagram? Can we start our own shit together? That's what she should have been saying instead of crying over David, my best friend. That man showed you exactly how he felt. He went to the popos. He went to the police. He done pressed charges. And, he's looking for civil and criminal charges to be, against you. And then also he wants his money. And then on top of that, he done send the authorities to your house too as well. That man don't care nothing for you because, sometimes people be like, I'm just going to let it go. You did this, you did that. I'm just going to move forward because I don't really want to see you jammed up. He wants you jammed up. He wants you all the way jammed up. And you keep talking about him, he gonna keep going. And Tamar did tell us that she lost her faith. We could have told you that. And yeah, she lost her faith and things like that. And, she said she wants to get better and do better. And so hopefully she's able to. But we have heard this story before. But hopefully this time she realized opening her heart up, opening her heart, her career, everything to someone that she doesn't even know. Because if she knew that man, she would have known he would have did this to her. If she knew that man, she would have known that he shouldn't have been on TV with her, even though she wanted him there because she's codependent. She didn't know him. She wouldn't have want him there. If she knew this man, she wouldn't have had Goldie around. She didn't know David because David was too busy listening to Tamar and what she had to say, her woe, because she said she told him everything. And so therefore he took advantage of it and he used it to his benefit. But thank God he didn't benefit from it. He lost. Because he could have really did a number on Tamar. He could have really dug deep on Tamar. But the grace of God and the prayers from the people that love her moved him out the way. That's what happened with that situation. She got saved by the grace of God. She was saved from that situation because David had the keys. He had the blueprints. He had everything that he could do to Tamar. But the way that she was brought up in the church, that saved her. God saves fools and babies. And she got saved. And so Tamar basically talked about her mental illness. People don't understand her mental illness and things like that. We understand about mental illness and things like that. And depression and anxiety. Most of the people, that in the chat could have depression or anxiety. Everybody has been through depression. I suffered from a moment of depression in their life. But they don't go out there and dog their family out. They don't go out there and dog people out. They're not nasty to people. You'll never know they're depressed. You know what I mean? But, you can't change your nastiness, how you treated people and how bad you talk to people and how you treated your sisters, even though they treated you bad too, and blame it on your mental illness. That's an excuse that sometimes people use. Just take the fact that I was just nasty and it wasn't my mental illness. I wanted to be nasty. I wanted to be mean. I thought it was all that and then some. People love when I'm mean. People love my nasty attitude. I got promoted on the show. I got more money from it. I got more fans. I got more subscribers. I got so much more of being nasty and not being loving to people. So just keep it 100. Just keep it 100 all the way, because that show kept it 100. It showed everything. So she said mental health is a good thing. Having mental health is very good, and understanding mental health. So we understand that too as well. But don't throw everything on depression and anxiety. So it is what it is. And at least she still talks to her mother. So that's a good situation. And I was like, when Tamron Hall said, you are fueling the fire by unfollowing your sisters. And Tamar was like, well, I don't want to be triggered. I don't want to be triggered on my timeline. Well, then log off your timeline. Maybe you need to log off. But at least she said that she's not going to do reality TV anymore. She's done. She's not coming back. She ain't going to do it. She still loves her sisters, and she knows her sister loves her. But she goes, I don't blame my sisters, for what they did or whatever the case may be. But she is still upset. She was asked the question whether, you're one of your family members that brought the information about what happened to you as a child to WeTV. Was it intentionally? Was it on purpose? She goes, it was purposely, but I don't know. And she basically gave that person an out that they could have been coerced by the production or the producers, or the family member could have just been talking about it, and the producer was around because they're around to record and get it. You know what I mean? So, she didn't really throw that person under the bus, but she basically said that they intentionally meant to do it or whatever the case. But then she back and basically said maybe it could be because of the production, or maybe they was coerced into doing it. So it is what it is. So she's going to try to be forgiven, try to forgive her sisters, and hopefully they forgive her, but she's going to work on it. But at this time and point, she ain't talking to none of them. And it is what it is, and she ain't doing no reality TV. Bring on a fake psychologist. Tamar would never get any real help anyway, Lord. Hey, Sanders, what's going on? Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I feel like she never tried. Oh, well, she also said that the first time that we heard about her trying to depart from this earth, she said that she has thought about it before, So she just basically got to get herself some help. She got to learn to depend on herself, and she has to learn to love herself. And that's a big situation too as well. I think her growth was stunted because she was spoiled too as well. But at least in this interview, she was able to take accountability for what she did to her sisters and what her sisters has done to her, and the nasty things that she has said and done to people. And people promoted her bad behavior. They carried her around with the bad behavior and everything else like that. But it came to a point where it just got too toxic, and she forgot, people are still human. And this is 2020 and 2019, 2018. Social media is there. So hopefully Tamar just get back to singing, baby girl. Just sing your ass off. Just sing, girl. Just sing and love yourself and love your baby. You let that man almost get you up out of here. What about Logan? What about that baby? That's all you gotta live for. If you never talk to your sisters again, live for that baby, and make sure your baby see his aunties and his cousins. Make sure he's around his family too as well. Just because you got beef, don't block his relationship with his family, because only thing that's going to do is cause for him to have problems. He done already seen what went on between you and David, because Logan was there in the house when shit was going down, when David was yelling and screaming and storming out the house. Logan was there, baby. And then now you guys ain't together, and we saw Logan cry for David. That's too much. You got to when you have a child, you have to do things different. This is not about you, Tamar. This is not about your needs. This is not about your wants. This is not about you stunting on people, because before you know it, Tamar might be in another relationship, bringing them around her son and shit like that, and then boom, bada bing, down the road again, Logan goes with this nonsense, so we'll see what happens with this situation, but it was terrible, terrible. But she got it out there, and hopefully she watched and she learned to as well. Her child is number one. He done already been through turmoil between Vince and Tamar, now David and Tamar, and then if him being isolated from his family, his cousins and his sisters, his aunties and things like that, that's not cool, Tamar. So you got to work on your issues, but don't keep your son away from his family. So it is what it is. I was like, Lord, Tamar be doing way too much, but at least, she opened up, things that we already knew. At least she opened up. But, Tamar's not the only person. Her sisters are dirty too as well. They wanted that fame and that fortune too. And they went to, they was out here, scrapping over candy, scrapping over coins, scrapping over who's popular, scrapping over this, scrapping over that. And it's like, damn, none of y'all could come together and realize, oh, nah, this is not the way we can't let the enemy come in. We can't let none of this stuff come in and tear us apart. They didn't have that strong knitted bond that they needed, because money, fame should never become between real family whatsoever. You seen Master P walk away from WeTV. You seen, what is her name? Fizz Baby's mother, she done walked away from Love and Hip Hop. Monique walk away. So let's get to this situation. Lord have mercy. So Claudia Jordan went ham on NeNe Leakes. Like, Lord have mercy. When I say she went ham, she went ham. She was mad at NeNe Leakes because NeNe Leakes said something about, when it comes to Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill's wedding, which was beautiful. Then we got Giselle over there talking about, I had to leave to go home and mess with my man that's married. He's not married, but they are not married. And she's talking about she had to get with Jamal and she had to leave Cynthia Bailey's wedding because, they started taking off their masks, dancing and eating, and she had to go over and get with Jamal. And that's another one. They claim that they're Christian. Jamal's a pastor, but yet they're fornicating. So, it kind of went down with the situation. It went ham. Let me see. Where is it? That's not it.
Housewives on Dancing with the Stars. In particular, NeNe Leakes, Bethany Frankel, and Teresa Giudice. Well, let me go first. Tyra, I thought you and I were cool, girl. I was on Dancing with the Stars before it was. Okay?
Is she the executive of that show to be making those calls?
I think she might be. I think she has an executive credit. Yeah, I think she has an executive credit.
I think Tyra could use a little bit of housewife fame so she can get her notoriety.
Absolutely. That's interesting.
Absolutely.
That's interesting.
She hasn't been out since Top Model.
Okay.
No shade.
I think she needs to keep everybody else's opinion.
And now she's also retracting the statement that she never said it, but I believe that she said it.
So, guys, what do you think?
Within her team, and her team got hold of it and put it out.
I also think that, for real, this is no joke. I kind of believe, in what you said, but as a business person, she should want to have people like housewives on the show because people are always talking about them, right? And then they can talk about them over on that platform, and it'd be a good thing for both parties.
Right.
But I don't know whether she said it for sure, but just in case you did, we just wanted to touch your name.
The housewives will help your ratings, boo.
Right. That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Just saying.
Yeah. And it helped her career too. Tyra Cruz.
Within her team.
So, hey, Felicia Butler, what's going on? So, NeNe Leakes, basically she heard the rumor that Tyra Banks was out here talking about she don't want the Real Housewives, franchise over there at Dancing with the Stars. I think that was the video. I don't have my headphones. And so NeNe said what she said right then and there, baby. But with that situation, Tyra Banks basically responded to NeNe Leakes and was like, yo, listen, I didn't say any of that. I didn't say that. I didn't say any of that. I didn't say I didn't want anybody from the Real Housewives franchise there, because basically NeNe was like, I was on, Dancing with the Stars before you even was hosting Dancing with the Stars, point blank period, to Tyra Banks. So NeNe was responding to rumors and things like that. And so she got on her little read session situation where everybody dragged her for basically saying that, it looks like she need to put some work in. She need to do this. She need to do that. She done fumbled the bag and now she's in a warehouse. And so NeNe had to respond and basically say it was just a meeting. But Tyra Banks was like, yo, listen, I would never say that. There's so many people from the Real Housewives of Atlanta and the Real Housewives franchise period that bring the stars. They bring the ratings. So I would never say anything like that. So, and Tyra Banks was like, I have no control over who was hired for the show and who is not hired from the show. I don't have none of that type of power or anything else like that, because that was the biggest rumor that was going around. So NeNe addressed the situation, and I think that was the video that I show right here, but because I don't have my headphones. And so Tyra Banks said that did not happen, point blank period. It sounds ridiculous for Tyra Banks to say that she don't want anybody from the Real House franchise to actually be on the show. It doesn't make any sense, because why would she be trying to, put a nasty taste in people's mouth and put a nasty taste in people's mouth on Bravo? And NeNe felt a certain type of way, because she was like, me and Tyra, I thought we was cool. I thought we was friends, And so Tyra had, like, if you thought you was friends and cool, but I think NeNe was on, she was on the spot when she was asked that question for her new show that she's doing or whatever the case is. And she's been getting dragged for that new show. Lord have mercy, she's been getting dragged out here in these streets. People calling her out. So, but anyways, with that situation, I was like, I wouldn't even answer that question until I talked to Tyra, but she responded to, like so many other people respond to the rumors. Like the rumors that she was asking Cynthia Bailey for $125,000 to attend her wedding. That doesn't make any sense for NeNe Leakes to do that, because that shit's it's tacky, it's gonna hit the blogs, and it's gonna be a bad look. And plus she said, I wouldn't leave $25,000 at Bravo and then ask Cynthia for $25,000. And plus the rate that they wanted to give me was way more. People were still counting her pockets and basically saying that it was, $25,000 that she would get if she would have did the 6 episodes over there at Bravo or whatever. NeNe's denying them claims. But Tyra Banks basically came out and said, no, I did not say this. I wouldn't do that. Why would I put my foot in my mouth? And so basically Tyra Banks did an interview and she cleared it up that that's not the case. But NeNe did say this about Cynthia Bailey, and this is what got Mrs. Claudia Jordan all up in the frenzy, baby. So let's check this out. This is the right video.
First of all I know about Cynthia wedding is the pictures and things that I've seen on the blogs, like all of you guys have, right? I was invited to the wedding. I think Cynthia even publicly came out and said she invited me to the wedding. I chose not to go to the wedding. I want everybody to be smart moving forward. If I said that I turned down an offer that I had on the table, which was way more than $125,000, which is what they said I asked for, right? So now I'm gonna turn that money down, and then I'm gonna go and ask for $125,000. What for? Why?
Who does that?
What I need to do that for? I would have took the real money, opposed to the $125,000, and still would have been there on the clock, like everybody else. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Listen, I'm very happy for her. I was with her when she took her first date out here in Atlanta with Mike Hill. I was there. I was a third wheel. And listen, I wish them nothing but happiness. I'm in a different place in my life where I just didn't think going to her wedding was going to benefit me in any kind of way.
Anyway, now let me ask you.
So, do you think anything was wrong with what NeNe said? She said benefit. Basically, NeNe is not cool with Cynthia no more. NeNe's not cool with, the ladies over there. She felt like, Cynthia Bailey chose a side, which people don't think Cynthia Bailey chose a side. They feel like NeNe mistreated her, whatever the case may be. But their friendship is over. They're not cool like that anymore. And NeNe's not on the show. She's not cool with Candy. She's not cool with the new girl. She's not cool with Kenya Moore. So what was the reason for her to go? It might be awkward. She might fell out of place. Or, who knows what it went down. So it's probably better that she didn't attend the wedding or whatever the case may be. Even though she was out there partying with Peter, they was at the strip club, even though Greg was there too as well. So she was out there with Peter, but she wasn't trying to get with Peter because her husband was there, whatever the case is. But if you listen to Claudia Jordan, she got a whole lot to say, baby. So it is what it is with that situation. So, but it gave, and Tia, thank you for letting me know, because I don't watch, every now and then I'll check out Fox Soul or whatever the case is. I didn't know that Claudia was mentioning her name or Phaedra's name. I think I remember she mentioning Phaedra's name or NeNe's name, but that was a while back. I don't know if she was still doing it. So since NeNe posted that to her Instagram, Claudia Jordan felt a certain type of way, baby, and she went off. She was talking about the green light to go at NeNe. Let me bring this up on Instagram because I don't have my glasses. Okay, so basically Claudia Jordan is going off on NeNe Leakes. There's no reason for her to respond. Cynthia didn't respond, but Claudia Jordan felt a certain type of way. She goes, it did not benefit any of the guests to come if we didn't care about Cynthia and Mike, but when you care about someone, it benefits you plenty to see them happy and smile, and you get something out of that. So basically, Claudia Jordan's like, yo, why would you say benefit? I don't think NeNe mean it that way, but Claudia Jordan and NeNe Leakes have a history. She goes, I love seeing people happy, even people I don't rock with anymore. Let's not be so busy trying to show how unbothered we are that we make a fool out of ourselves. Bad answer. Just say you couldn't make it. I was like, So Claudia Jordan's feeling a certain type of way. So it's like, yo, why did you even go in? Like, who cares if she said she wasn't there? It was a beautiful wedding, point blank, period. So maybe she felt like she wanted some smoke with NeNe. She wanted to address NeNe. I don't know about the views over there at Fox Soul or whatever the case is. Or maybe she just wanted an opportunity to drag NeNe, because we know you talk about NeNe and you dog her out, you're going to get views. If you talk positive about her, sometimes you get views too as well. So Claudia Jordan continues to go on. She's talking all types of crap about NeNe and saying you should have said something else. You should have said that you wasn't comfortable or you couldn't make it, blase and a third. And people in the comments are like, what's going on? Then Claudia was like, well, I know I'm going to get dragged for this and people are going to call a hater for simply having an opinion on this, but I really don't give a F. So basically, she don't give a F. She don't care. She said, let's do better in 2021. So she's feeling a certain type of way. And yes, Claudia Jordan is a blogger. She's on Instagram. She's on YouTube. So yes, she's going to blog about the situation. But to make this your whole focal point, that you're going to do a whole post and talk about this woman because she said benefits me, I guess you can take that away. What you mean benefit you? Well, like basically she wasn't going to feel good there. She wasn't going to feel joyous. She's not returning back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. That's number one. Some of the women there she thinks is complicit. Some of the women there she thinks are her enemies. So why would she go? She would feel out of place. She would be feeling like a sitting duck. So that's why she said benefit. Maybe she should have used a different word, but damn, Claudia, who are you? The police on what people should say and how they should respond? I was like, damn. And so then somebody took to, Instagram and said, I see why that, put them paws. Go get your coins off your toes fixed. So this person is shading her and basically glorifying a situation that went down between Claudia and her past, with gentlemen that she was dating, and then paws came out. And so NeNe commented under and said, smart mouth lady, and laughing. And so now Claudia Jordan was like, okay, now you're going to get all the smoke. So this was not good for NeNe to do it, but she felt a certain type of way. She didn't want to go back and forth with Claudia in the comments, or if she did, I didn't get it. But she shouldn't have even commented on this. She should just let it be. She shouldn't even put the laughing emojis, crying, laughing. She shouldn't have did it. She should just let it rock, because then it opened up the door to, Claudia doing much more. But Claudia Jordan can do what the hell she wants to do when she wants to do it, and NeNe can do the same thing. So it is what it is. Is it distasteful on both ends? Yes, it is. But it is what it is. So Claudia Jordan goes in. She goes, look, every bit of a non-union public access TV project. If you weren't so busy shitting on on your one talk show friend host and looking down your 5 times reconstructed not a monstrosity of a nose, she could have gave you some tips. And she said that's the real gag. I was like, damn. And so like, why would you go there? We all know the situation that went down with Wendy Williams. We know she's talking about Wendy Williams, but we know Wendy Williams set NeNe Leakes up. NeNe Leakes wanted to do a talk show. She filmed with, Wendy Williams and her husband at the time, Kevin Hunter, and they basically shelved that project. NeNe Leakes was on the Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne said, yo, they didn't want to see you grow. They didn't want to see you have a talk show. They didn't want to see you prosper. They didn't want Wendy to have any competition, and NeNe brushed that off. But Charlamagne said they shelved your project, and that was like in the early 2000s when NeNe wanted to do a talk show. And so then Claudia Jordan goes in. So you can see what Claudia Jordan is still feeling some type of way. And she goes, the real gag is you once told me Hollywood wasn't checking for me. Well, now look who the whole world ain't checking for. You and I've been doing you a favor, keeping it real cute and surface with you. But you just gave me the green light, Miss Leakes. Speaking of leaks, maybe it's time I leak the backstory of how we came to know each other back in 2009 when you needed a assistant while you were out there bopping behind Greg's back with a certain football player. Like, why you bringing all that up, Claudia? So now you saying she's behind the scenes bopping, she's with a football player. OMG. She goes, the real reason you came for me so hard on your show. She said, your show. So you know that she was the HBIC, Miss Claudia Jordan. She said, your show, you knew I knew and kept your secret. You thought calling me a streetwalker would make you less of one. And then she goes on to say, this is so bad. Only one of us has ever traded the cat for red bottoms, and it ain't me. And since you thought it was funny to laugh at an abuse victim, I won't feel bad about wearing out the wide sloppy butt of yours. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Why she go in on her like that? Like, this is crazy. Like, what's really going on? Hey, Ma, what's going on? NeNe Leakes and Tamar Braxton should do a talk show together with other women. Yes, for real, for real. So, so Claudia Jordan is going in. She's talking all types of mess about NeNe. But it also tells you that she was hurt when NeNe said ain't nobody checking for you. And that was a while that people wasn't checking for Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan was on Foxhole Radio, then she went to Reach Around Radio, and then she went to, just doing little stuff here and there, and then, now she's on Foxhole and people are hearing her name. So this is the guy that allegedly, NeNe was out there, doing a little something where I was like, girl, why you gotta be so messy? His name is Charles Grant. I was like, yo, you going in on her like it ain't nobody's business. And but I guess now she got the green light, she said, because NeNe Leakes, laughed at, what she was going through. So I was just like, Lord have mercy, this is how we gonna do it. So Claudia Jordan was going in, and she said a whole lot more. And let me pull it up on Instagram. So she said a whole lot more. I gotta bring this up because my glasses are in the car. So basically, Claudia Jordan is feeling a certain type of way. She is really upset that NeNe basically commented on someone dissing her and talking about her past history with a gentleman, getting them paws put on her. And so, therefore, NeNe commented and said something, big mouth, loud mouth, and put the smiley, the laughing emoji. So now Claudia Jordan, she took back to Instagram and said, oh, laughing at a woman getting whipped by a man. Okay, I guess since you want to laugh at my abuse, I now have the green light to laugh at the abuse your surgeon been doing to your face. Once again, you overpay, you hate women and seeing women happy, and things not being about you, period. Let Cynthia have this moment. As much as I can't stand you, I never laughed at your hurt or your pain or what you've been through. Typical NeNe Leakes. evil and miserable with a rotten spirit. That's why you will most likely never work again in television and any real credible way. No one wants to deal with that. Your attitude sucks. You are talentless, illiterate, narcissist, a bully who thinks you are more important than you really are. Your brand is being ruined, abrasive, and ignorant. You are a joke and a punchline at best. I was like, Lord, like, yo, why she gonna win like that? That means that she ain't never like NeNe. She ain't never like NeNe, point blank, period. She ain't like NeNe at all. She couldn't stand NeNe because she's going in. You know, I guess, you know, NeNe was up there on her high horse. She was doing Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was doing shows here and there. She was shining. And basically, she didn't have time for Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan wasn't doing as good as she's doing now. So therefore, when Claudia Jordan was waiting for this moment, baby. And I can't believe she called her all these type of, she said she'll never work in television again. And she said, it's a pity. It's a shame that you are on this low budget production that you trying to call a talk show. I was like, Lord. And then she goes on and says, this is on Instagram, and your piss poor attempt to talk show feel so sorry for you, like you were your friends. Where are your friends to tell you, girl, this ain't the truth. This ain't what you need to be doing. The reading room, more like the upper room, cause that move just killed any chance of you being taken seriously ever again. Oh, how the mighty have fallen over ego. Who fumbles a 2 million easy bag that films in a empty warehouse and calls it a talk show while looking every bit of a non-union public access TV project? If you weren't so busy shitting on your one talk show friend. Okay, so that was the ending of that. So she went in. So basically she's saying, I don't know how she, you know, how she's saying that she ain't gonna never work in TV again. She ain't gonna never do this again. I was like, damn, Claudia, you must really feel a certain type of way. Like, what's going on? It seems like animosity. You can tell ain't nobody put Claudia Jordan up to this. She felt a certain type of way. She didn't like NeNe's attitude. She didn't like the way NeNe treated her. She didn't like nothing about NeNe. She said that, you know, she's gonna let bygones be bygones a while ago. Not anymore. And so she's basically saying NeNe ain't gonna never work in TV again. I was like, Lord, lady, you are doing too much. You are doing the most. So what do you guys think about that situation? I'm like, damn, Foxo is not huge. Their views is not that good. I don't know what's going on because she's wilding to you. She's wilding, and there's so much more that she done said about Claudia Jordan done said about NeNe Leakes, which is just terrible. And then she's talking about NeNe Leakes was cheating on Greg with homeboy. I was like, that's old news, but damn, you gonna bring that up again? And that man, ooh, Lord, NeNe. Like, so she's going in, and Claudia Jordan just went in. She called her all types of names and said that she done gave up the kitty cat for some red bottoms. Don't NeNe got money? Like, she, you know, maybe she, I don't know. Like, she's going in. And so when NeNe Leakes responds, it's gonna be crazy. Virtuous women, you get on the bad side of the Aries and fire comes. Claudia wants in and let her have it. Claudia doesn't want in. Hey Fisher, what's going on? Claudia is raking in the money. Yes, she is, because she just brought a brand new house, girl. I don't know if she brought it in Texas or California, but she just brought a brand new house. And you know, the house is brand new, like no one ever lived in this house, and it's being reconstructed to the way that she wanted to be reconstructed. But Claudia, you know, she's out here, and you know, she got to make her money, and NeNe's a target for her to go in and let have, and you know, try to take it out on NeNe and basically get them clicks and them views, get the people to her Instagram, get the people to Fox Soul, because people been calling out Fox Soul for the way that they treated Ice Cube, and basically they don't like the way, so they've been out here apologizing, you know, and things like that. So take people's mind off of how they treated a real G, people really respect Ice Cube. He never gave us a reason not to respect him. He never tap danced. He never lied. He no, Ice Cube is official, and Ice Cube was 100. and the way that he got treated on that show, everybody's talking about them. And then Claudia Jordan, she recently did an Instagram video basically complaining about people coming at her and calling her names because she did the interview with Ice Cube or whatever. But yeah, you sitting here calling this woman all types of names. Like, so it's a part of the game. Don't cry because people coming at you. It is what it is. Shit, people come at me all the time. People always come at me. So it is what it is. But damn, but it seems like she has animosity. She has built up hate, resentment, and she really despise and hate NeNe. That's it. That's how she feels about her. Point blank, period. She ain't liking her whatsoever. Claudia probably got that old money too. She don't got no old money, but she got new money. And that's the money that she got over there at Foxhole. Oh my gosh, you are so right. She probably was at the wedding looking for NeNe to start some drama. It sounds like some obsessed with her. That's what people were saying in the comments. I think she don't like NeNe. And you know how you don't like somebody? And it seemed like, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, a lot of people was like, oh, you got punked by NeNe, and maybe the way that she felt treated, because I remember Claudia Jordan going to Reach Around Radio and just talked about how terrible like it was over there. And she said she wasn't ever going to go back because she said she could have went back, but she never wanted to go back. She never wanted to be she didn't want to be back in that position no more, because you can lose your career behind Real Housewives. If you do something really outlandish or people really start hating on you, people don't want to see you nowhere. So it was a good move for her to do that, because she was able to move on and do different projects, but not as big as Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the biggest thing that, we see her doing now is the Fox Soul, but she does have investments, and she puts her money in stocks and bonds and things like that. So she knows how to, play the stock market and things like that. Hey Mo, what's going on? Felicia Butler, I'm glad you're live tonight, but usually I be at work until 11:30. We have to leave because of the hurricane. Oh, girl, I hope you're okay. Be safe. You got a hurricane down there in Mississippi. Lord have mercy. Claudia Jordan, it was not your wedding. Stop worrying about NeNe leaks. Yeah, she ain't. Because she felt a certain type. She was like, NeNe, stop making it this moment. NeNe did not, press anything and say, hey, let me talk about Cynthia Bailey. People ask her the questions, because the people that are asking NeNe's questions, the people there, at her new whatever show that she's gonna be doing, the read session or whatever, they ask her the question because they want to know. They're just like everybody else. Oh, so why didn't you go to her wedding and blase and the third? Because NeNe didn't talk about it. NeNe just went on Instagram with Peter, said happy birthday with him, and then that was it. She didn't even address the situation. NeNe didn't even address people saying that she asked Cynthia Bailey for $2,500,000 to attend her wedding. That really sounds ridiculous too as well. Just like the rumor that NeNe leaks, Greg got a baby. Like, come on, Greg ain't spitting out no sperm before cancer or after. He ain't shooting no eggs like that. So, you have that situation, but Claudia Jordan is going ham. Grown folks relationship. Hey, what's up? Claudia net is 1 million. NeNe is 25. I feel you. I never go by that anymore because it never be right. It never be accurate at all. But I would assume that Miss Lanithia Leaks has more money than Miss Claudia Jordan. But it is what it is. And then people, I've been watching people, dog out NeNe all week from starting from the weekend to now, just dogging out everything. Like, if she's so raggedy, you don't like her production, nobody likes like the production. Let me put the thing on, because this is what the place looks like. Everybody's cracking on her. Let me turn this on. So this is what it looks like in the background, but she said this is not where they're going to be filming, that it was just a meeting, or maybe not. But then she said a friend picked up a cell phone, blase in a third, and was saying a little something. But everybody has been coming at NeNe hard. Christmas is about to come. It's Thanksgiving, Christmas is about to come. You got to get them clicks and them views. It is what it is. At the same time, if you got to tear down somebody, that's what they gonna do. So I'm seeing that tearing down her project, talking about, look at how terrible this is. But half of these people can't even afford a building like this or film and shit like that. They don't have the money. And if they did, it'd be their last dime and they'll be banking on everything. So I'm seeing so many people talk about this and talk about, how can you employ people? Maybe they don't have a union contract, but most people don't have a union contract that is getting into publications or trying to get their step in media. She's giving these guys a shot, you know what I mean? And other people a shot too as well. And she's not going to be filming at this location. This is going to be Lanithia something. But I think she owns this building where they are at. And it looks like they're doing work. And she felt like, you know, maybe it was the wrong thing to put it up there. But why is it the wrong thing? Like, if I just got if I'm in one of my studios and, you know, I'm gonna get a bunch of people to do a show, and I'm at one of my locations that I own, and I invite these people to come. Like, let's just talk. And somebody start filming. Okay, let's get into it. You know, and then, you know, it's just a test run, and everybody just went in. Look how raggedy this place is. Look at these people. She's broke. She's poor. She can't do this. Everything's like, yo, the hate's real. The hate is real. Claudia Jordan, disrespect to Ice Cube. Yes. That's how I feel. Like, I ain't even clicking on that show no more. You can't mess with Ice Cube like that. You can't do that and think that that's cool. Like, I ain't gonna rock with you. But if they have some juicy tea, I might pick it up and then keep moving and then talk my mess. It is what it is. I guess the phone number's up. I don't know if anybody did try to call. The new phone won't come until not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I think somebody did try to call, but so I'm just seeing the hate. You know, when I go in on somebody or when I'm talking about a situation, because I'm passionate, but I'm just not gonna, if I see somebody trying something, I'm just not gonna hate it. And you know, the thing about that situation is, she left. She said that she was being mistreated at Bravo. She said that she didn't like the way that she was being treated. She felt like she was being discriminated against. She felt like she was being blocked. She felt like she was being blackballed too as well. She couldn't get a spinoff show, so she walked away. She complained, and she wanted them to do something for her. Maybe give her more episodes. That's one thing, and more money, more episodes. So, you know, you have that situation. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'm going to need you to, if you describe anything, I need everybody to keep it, you know, family friendly on the line. No swearing, no cussing, no calling people, bad names, like family friendly. Like if there's people if there's kids in the room, because YouTube is not playing. All right, so please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Norris Tony from Flint.
Hey, what's up? What's going on? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I hope I'm not one of those people that be doing that, what you just said.
I just got to remind because sometimes there's certain words, like if you're going to talk about Tamar, instead of saying the S word, say depart from this earth. Instead of saying, DV, say abuse relationship, because YouTube be wildin'.
Oh, wow. They really are stretched.
So what are your thoughts?
I'm going to talk about, Tamar. I think she's lost. She's a lost soul. Her priority is, like, in the wrong place. Like, crying over David, a man that she barely knew for 15 minutes. It's like you said, I agree with everything that you said about her sisters. I feel like she should have been trying to cry for attention from her sisters, trying to, get that bond back with her sisters and see if they can communicate again and try to work through their problems and their issues. Now that they show that, has been recorded and filmed, and I don't think that they should have talked about, what happened to her, like about the hospital situation. I don't think they should have talked about her. The sister shouldn't have brought that on the show without her permission or without giving her a heads up about it. Because I wouldn't want my family putting out that type of information about me without me knowing about it. And I got to see it on TV in the trailer. So it's like, she might have did some things to them like that, put out something that they didn't want her to put out. But I felt like, you know, they shouldn't have did that to her without at least letting her know what was going on, or at least giving her heads up. But yeah, her main priority needs to be her son, and she just needs to let David go. Just let it go. Like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't marry the man. It's like, thank goodness y'all didn't get married. It's like, you need to take some time to yourself, focus on your son, get some help. You know, if you see in therapy, you need to keep seeing that therapist and try to see that therapist as long as you can, because you don't need that therapy. And, you know, try to see if there's any way she can work things out with her sisters, because something is wrong with that picture when you unfollowing them and unfollowing your mama. But then again, her mama ain't completely innocent either. I think that all that bitterness and stuff that she had from what went on in the past with her relationship with the daddy, is just, I don't think she's over that. You know, because if you watch her and the daddy interact on the Braxton family values, she just tolerate him. She act like she not happy to be around him because she got some anger toward him, and I think that rubs off on the ladies, you know, on the sisters. But it's like, yeah, her priorities are not straight. She needs to figure out where her priorities are. So hopefully she can somehow, some way, figure that out, or the therapist can help her figure that out.
Hold on for a moment, Tony. Hold on for a second.
From?
Could you hold on for a moment, please?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay, finish, Tony. You was talking about, you know, the doctor and the counseling.
Excuse me?
Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong person. Sorry. Okay, Tony, finish talking about the doctor and the counseling for Tamar.
Oh, I was just saying that hopefully that therapist can help her figure out where her priorities really need to be. And, you know, I know it's going to take some time and everything like that, because good help, you know, does take time, and breakthroughs do take time. You can't just have a breakthrough immediately, but hopefully she'll figure that out someday. I just feel like I get drained talking about her. I have to see how this Braxton Family Values show go. Then I can talk about give my opinion about all of them and their behavior on the show. But NeNe should have called. I don't think that Tyra Banks said that stuff about the housewives. I don't think she would say that. I really don't believe that. And, you know, NeNe, the thing about NeNe, lately it seemed like she caught up in rumors. And like you say, I think she might need some help too, some therapy too, because she thinks that everybody, you know, a lot of people are out to get her. You know, like everybody, when they say something about housewives or say something about her, that they out to get her, they out to hurt her. I think that maybe she needs to see a little therapy about that too, because she a little I think she definitely was paranoid when it came to Tyra. If you cool and you friends with somebody, you should be able to call them and ask them what they meant about what they said, or why they said what they said. You know, like, get an understanding of what's going on before you form your opinion about a situation, because it could easily be a misunderstanding, or, you know, something is, you know, information wasn't right, you know, what was false. So, but I don't believe Tyra said that. And then Claudia, she needs to get over herself. I mean, I like Claudia. I'm glad that she's, you know, having success with Faso, but I think she should have been trying to have a conversation with NeNe, you know, since the Real Housewives, see if she can resolve any issues or any problems that she has with her, because she looking making herself look kind of bad, I think. You know, trying to tear down this woman and go after this woman the way that you are, and you supposed to be a woman that's uplifting and encouraging women, and you're not doing that when it comes to NeNe. So it's just like, you know, you're a beautiful woman, but you're doing too much. I just feel like Cynthia's wedding, you know, you shouldn't even talk about NeNe as far as what she said about that wedding. You know, long as you happy for Cynthia and Mike, that's all that should matter. I just feel like there's better ways for her to make money than just talk about NeNe all the time. Like, get over it. You know what I'm saying? Get over your issues. Get over your problems with her. Because this woman ain't said nothing about you too much since y'all seen each other on the show. But if she keep poking at her, I think NeNe will respond. And NeNe is good for reading people and checking people. So like I said, if Claudia don't watch herself, NeNe might come back with something big and really probably try to, shut her down.
All right.
And make her think.
All right. That's true. That's true. But people are saying that NeNe ain't writing her own reads.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
All right, Tony. Thank you so much. Peace.
Yeah, I like the video.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too as well. Thank you, Tony. Please go check out Tony's YouTube channel. Please go check out Ralph's YouTube channel. Tony just uploaded some videos. Please go check him out. I guess the call that was waiting ended up hanging up, so it is what it is. So yeah, there's rumors about NeNe not writing her own, reads that she's practicing in the mirror. She's doing this, she's doing that. That sounds like a professional to me. That sounds like somebody's getting ready to make sure that she's a professional. But people are saying that she done lost out, she done messed up, and Bravos was her saving grace. It's like so much. I mean, NeNe is the topic of everything, and it is very negative. Very negative. For real, I'm just like, Lord have mercy, help them, Jesus. I guess, a lot of people say that NeNe has been rude and NeNe has been disrespectful. So, I guess it's people's time to come at her. And do me a favor, please make sure you don't use any cuss words. And please make sure if you're going to use the S word, say depart from this earth. If you're going to use DV, please say abusive relationship. Just be careful what you say. And pretend like it's family friendly, that there's children in the room or whatever. So please tell me what's on your mind.
Yes, ma'am. First thing I want to say something about Tamar. I understand family is the worst people to deal with, but why you block all your family members from social media?
Is this Felicia Butler?
Yeah.
I knew your voice.
Should have stopped down together then. Mental illness, that's one thing about a black community. They don't like to address mental illness. They're like, it's a joke. And then I'm like, well, you see, this young lady need help. She gets depressed all the time and stuff.
That's true. But so many of us do get depressed. You know what I mean? And we don't go out there and tear people down either. But, she needs help. She needs some support. And I think sometimes when people are depressed and they're going through different things, they push their family away, or they push the people closest to them away. And then they bring in strangers like David. He comes in and wreak havoc.
When I watched that episode, I watched one episode, and I like, this man is a clout chaser. I said, he's not right for Tamar. Only thing he want to do is use Tamar and try to benefit for him to make him better. And then I just the only thing, even though I'm not a Tamar fan, I just gonna pray for her.
Yeah, that's all you can do. Is pray for her, pray for your family. Pray for yourself. I pray for them people in Mississippi that everybody is well protected and safe, and they keep their homes and their cars, because I didn't even know there was a hurricane in Mississippi.
Yeah, it's supposed to come between the wee hours of the morning. Usually I be at work around this time, and they let me go home by 6 o'clock. I didn't stay twice.
Hey, thank God you home and you safe.
Yes, ma'am. And Tyra Banks, I don't know why she trying to change everything from the dance of the star. To me, most of the housewives did bring ratings to the dance of the star, but she on the power trip right now. She just don't realize later on, you need reality TV stars to make their franchise better.
Yep, because they know A-listers are too busy doing other shit.
Yes. And Claudia, Jordan, and NeNe Lisa. Oh my God, I am so tired of them. They've been about 5-6 years in the making.
Yep.
She knows that's the only person who really can get NeNe together is Claudia Jordan.
Well, she
Even
did.
though I don't like NeNe, her at the last couple of years, I like earlier season NeNe. She was very humble and better that and all that stuff. When she started getting that money, it went to her head. And that's why a lot of people don't fool with NeNe.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why Claudia coaching about Cynthia wedding so bad. Where's Cynthia? That's the only person I worry about. Where's Cynthia? What she have to say? Oh, she's too busy in the honeymoon zone.
She's too
She
busy.
don't have time. But I know Claudia been getting money ever since Price is Right, ever since I was a kid, and I'm grown. But Fox Soul don't bring that many ratings as talking about it. I watch a couple of episodes. Only reason I watch Fox Soul because I like Vivica Fox. I don't check for Claudia Jordan. And then that episode with Ice Cube, that made me so mad.
I didn't even watch it because I knew what was going to happen because, they have the black community and a lot of black leaders, basically, every time you turn on TV when it's election time, they have all our favorite stars, favorite actors, singers, actors, and politicians and, sports player get up and say, vote for this person, that one. They've been doing that since the early 90s. It's like the Democratic Party has like the famous celebrities that we love deepest, basically do their thing to get us to campaign. Like they had Jamie Foxx out here every day doing it. And so I knew Ice Cube going on that show wasn't going to be, they have to go against what he's saying. That's just automatically. But hold on for a second. Hold on.
From?
Yeah.
Hold on for a second, please. You hear me? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let me see. Let me click back over. Switch.
And she kind of reminds me of my cousin, NeNe.
Lord have mercy.
With a nasty attitude. But she don't know how to read that good either. She just want to go straight to the jugular book. Claudia, you had all those secrets coming on. You just want to find a tail 11 years later. Okay. It is what it is. But they just need to get together. Instead of tearing black women down, y'all need to build each other up.
Exactly. But we all know some of it will happen and some of it won't happen. It's just that Claudia Jordan really went hard for what NeNe said about Cynthia Bailey. And basically she said, I don't think it would benefit me. And from that little one word, but she said she did wish them the best. And she said she went on a first date with Mike Hill and Cynthia Bailey. She was a third wheel and Blase in the third. But she did say, she was asked the question, do you think Cynthia is insecure? And she says, we'll do that next time. So it's going to be what it's going to be.
But I'm just like this Cynthia on that honeymoon trip. She's not stunning none of nobody bouncing for her. And that benefits mean a lot of definition. It don't have to be necessary money. That means for mental state. She knows none of them ladies don't like her. That's why she did her team.
Mm-hmm. That's yeah, of course. Why would she go there and take the attention off of wrong? She would take the attention because, they don't want her there, number one. Even though Cynthia's her friend, but her and Cynthia ain't tight no more. And it would just be awkward. And it'll take the attention off of, Cynthia Bailey because now NeNe's the elephant in the room.
And then in the time, I just want to see how season 13 play out. I heard that they supposed to put the wedding. I heard they don't. I just gonna wait. We all just gonna wait.
Exactly.
They gonna put the wedding on.
That's
well, I'm gonna let you get off this phone.
All right, thank you so much. Be safe, and I hope you and your family is safe, and everybody that's dealing with the hurricane, blessings to you and your family, that you stay protected and safe, and everything stays intact once the hurricane leaves.
Too. Thank you, Liz.
You're welcome. God bless you, Felicia. Bye-bye.
God bless you too.
Thank you. She's so sweet. Hey, what's up? What's going on? You got to do me a favor. Make sure you don't say anything that is profanity or anything that, is not family friendly. Okay. Did you hear me? Hello? Okay. I think your phone is breaking up. Or my phone is. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, it's Tia.
Hey, what's up, Tia? What's going on? What's your thoughts on the situation? Remember, no profanity, and use substitution words for, the S word as depart and the DV word as abuse, please. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Tia. What you think about the situation between NeNe and everybody else, and Tamar?
When it comes to NeNe Leakes and Claudia Jordan, I understand Claudia Jordan was looking for drama. She was just looking for drama. Because I don't get why she's so mad. It wasn't her wedding. It was Cynthia Bailey's and Mike Hill. Now, Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill should be mad at her and Greg, not Claudia Jordan. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that she didn't show up. Because it would have been drama. Claudia Jordan probably would have started something. Because she wanted to be relevant.
And it would have been online.
Yeah, plus... And she said NeNe Leakes will never be on TV again. Never say never, because I don't think Claudia Jordan, I don't think Fox Soul is on TV, it's on YouTube.
Well, if you go to Fox Soul's website, it's kind of like on TV. I don't know, you go to their website, it's kind of on TV, but NeNe's already on TV because she has a show that's on E. So that show, I don't know if it just went off. Celebrity Showdown and something else she has on the E network, but it might have already went off for TV yet already.
Yeah, I said it just got me a little mad because I haven't heard. I don't know what happened behind the scene, but I haven't heard NeNe Leakes really talk about Claudia Jordan, and I've been seeing Claudia Jordan, Shay, and NeNe Leakes and Phaedra Parks on her show. So I'm like, oh my, maybe Claudia's unsure about herself. I don't know if she's jealous of NeNe Leakes in her marriage, because she ain't married yet. I don't know what it is. It just feel like she just hates the girl for some reason.
I think
there's so much hate.
She doesn't like her because I think the way that she felt NeNe treated her, and then she also said in her rant on Instagram that you told me that nobody's checking for me. So she felt like NeNe kind of belittled her and wasn't supportive and brung her down, and then seeing her attitude. So now this is a time for her to go ham. And if you're dissing NeNe and you wiping the streets with NeNe's name, people are going to check for you.
Yeah, plus, when it comes to her, what she said, NeNe Leakes said about her, I seen when she was on house, like, they both was going in on each other. You can't tell nobody what to say. If somebody said people not checking for you, maybe at that time people wasn't checking for you because you was on the Red Housewives of Atlanta and you only did one season, and you didn't come back for another season. So she shouldn't get mad about that. But what she's trying to do is trying to mess up the woman's marriage. That's worse to me.
Yep, she's out here saying that she's out here with some dude. She's going in. And she talked about her nose. She talked about the monstrosity of her nose. She talked about her plastic surgeon. Messed up her face. All types of stuff. She was going in on Miss NeNe Leakes.
I said, it's more drama. I said, they're not even on this season, but it's more drama off the show. Better drama off the show than on. That's going to be on the show.
Exactly. Every season that happens.
Yeah, I said, this season probably boring anyway. I don't know if I want to even watch it. If she not on there. And I don't know, I keep thinking my Phaedra Parks. I miss Phaedra Parks on there. I don't know if these new girls going to bring it. I just don't know. I said that all the other shows bringing it. Because I don't even watch the Housewives of Potomac, but somebody watched that. They said Potomac is bringing it. And nobody really checks for Real Housewives of Atlanta like they used to.
I don't know.
We'll see what the newbie's gonna bring, because they got some new fresh meat. So we gonna see.
And with the whole Tamar thing, she get on my nerves so bad. I'd be tired of Tamar. And she's saying her family talk about what happened to her, what she tried to do to herself. I said, okay, your family always talk about it, but we cannot forget. Look how she was acting with her niece died. She was sitting all on the internet, talk about it all on the internet. So I can't feel sorry for her. So look how you did your niece, your brother's child. She was making all about herself and doing she ain't even go to the prayer or nothing like that. What you did for your brother when his daughter died?
You know the answer to that is.
Yeah, she wasn't. She want everybody to be there for her and kiss up on her. This whole Braxton family value show messed your family up, and you and Vic was the reason why the show got picked up. She brought the show to them, so maybe she feel a little guilty. I'm one of the reasons, because you can't blame everything on WeTV. Because people know how reality TV is. Reality TV been around waiting for Braxton family value. People know how it is.
Oh, Ralph wants to know, did you watch the episode with Ice Cube on Fox Soul?
I barely watch Fox Soul. Fox Soul is like a little boring to me. I really don't watch Fox Soul. Now, I do watch the show Claudia Jordan on. I never watch it with her. The last time I watched it when Lisa Ray, I haven't seen Lisa Ray in the Brad. That's the last time I watched Fox Soul.
Me too.
I really don't like it
Me
at
too.
all.
Well, Ralph, what happened is Ice Cube interview with the ladies at Fox Soul. Is it Claudia Jordan? Who else is on the show? Vivica Fox. And who else? Lisa Ray and the Selena Johnson. They went in on Ice Cube, and they right now the public is going in on them because Ice Cube has always been 100, and people support Ice Cube, and Ice Cube is not one of them dudes that is a tap dancer, and they didn't understand Ice Cube, and so therefore they've been getting all types of backlash for the way that they treated Ice Cube. That's what happened, Ralph.
That's messed up.
That was messed up.
You said that Claudia Jordan was saying how people bully her, talking about her, but she doing the same thing to another woman.
Right after, I just seen the video of her whining about it, and then the next thing you know, she's jumping on a NeNe leaks train. NeNe didn't say nothing to her, and she got to jump in. I thought Kenya Moore was your bestie. Why are you defending, what's Cynthia Bailey? Cynthia Bailey could defend herself.
Yeah, it is. And that's one thing I don't like. If I got a problem with somebody, like say if I have a wedding, if somebody don't show up, I don't need nobody to defend me. I'm a grown woman. I can handle that person by myself. So I don't like that whole double team, and that's how I am. And people say she average. I'm average too. But I know about to write paragraphs and do all that stuff.
She wrote like 8 paragraphs.
I don't know her. That's how I am. I'm that type of person. I got the same birthday as Maryjanetv. I'm like, I don't know her. That's how I'm going to be. I'm not going to give nobody my time or energy if I'm so booked and busy. You're clearly not. You can write on paragraphs. That was just so unnecessary. And I'm not even a New League fan. It was so unnecessary.
Oh, she went hard. She went hard in the paint. She called her.
New League don't come back, and she better not cry wolf. I think she was the only one crying. I ain't hear about Vivica Fox or Lisa Ray or Selena Johnson crying about it.
Well, since
I already know how they is. They some tough women. I already know how they is. They probably don't care anyway.
Selena Johnson, she went on a public campaign saying, I would never disrespect Ice Cube. I love Ice Cube and all this other stuff she was saying. And I seen a video of her, basically telling the public, I would never do that to Ice Cube. I love Ice Cube. Well, that's not what the public is saying. The public is saying y'all was wrong the way y'all treated Ice Cube. And that is definitely right. Because Ice Cube, he didn't pick no sides. Basically, he came there to tell them what was going on and what was happening. And they dogged him out. And that has been going on since the 90s, since the Democratic Party has been funding a lot of our favorite actors and stars and singers. That's why we always see them doing all this, campaigning, because they have been. So it's just like when one of them get out of the pack and say something different, they will be attacked. attacked. And that's what we're seeing. No one's here for Trump, but you don't got to attack Ice Cube. He's just telling you what he did and what he was trying to work on to make a better policy for black people. That's it.
Wasn't Claudia Jordan on Celebrity Apprentice?
Yes, she was.
She worked with Trump before?
Yes, she was.
I wish see her say Trump kissed her or something like that. Make an accusation about Trump. Where's the proof?
She did say that Trump was, flirtatious. He wasn't professional in the work building. He said she was a pretty for a black girl and she can get a rich man because, of the way that she looked. So Claudia Jordan's been cleaning out. She's been cleaning out her closet. Claudia Jordan's been cleaning out the closet. She started with Mike Tyson.
I ain't watching Lady Friend, but she's acting like a fool. I want you to sleep with somebody. She's acting like a fool.
She's out here windmilling.
It's like he ain't master. She's acting like a fool on that show too. So she just needs to watch who she talk about. Now, don't talk about Ice Cube. Leave him alone, and don't get mad when people come at you.
Exactly what happened.
Everybody, Ice Cube recruited her, so don't talk about him.
What do you think about Tyra Banks and the situation with NeNe Leakes?
Why do Tyra Banks say that? Why would she say that?
It don't make no sense.
Dancing with Stars. I thought about Tyra and NeNe Leakes said she knows it. Now, I was mad at NeNe Leakes. NeNe Leakes came at Tyra Banks for no reason. Now, she made me mad. I knew Tyra Banks didn't say that, but she said she ain't got nothing to do with the casting.
Yep, she said it.
And I see people, when people be telling me about Dance with Stars, I was never a big fan of Dance Star at all, but they were saying that they don't like Tyra Banks as a host. So I was like, maybe we should stay behind the scenes. Because I remember one time I seen her on America Got Talent. I think it was America Got Talent. America Got Talent. She was a good host on the Ether. The only place she was a good host at is American Next Top Model.
And her talk show. She had a good talk show.
Yeah, I like that talk show too. Yeah, I like that talk show.
I never really watched daytime talk shows, but I did watch hers.
Yeah, I watch hers. I only watch a couple. I watch hers. I actually watch Monique. I like the Monique talk show. I like that talk show. I watch a talk show. But I'm looking like, and this is trying to say, I'm like, girl, stop trying to say Tyra Banks. That girl, Tyra Banks, she always say booking busy. She went from a supermodel and she's still working. I get a point, she stays booking busy. But you can't say her at all. She should have called her and talked to her. It got so cool. Now that was wrong.
She pissed me off on American Top Model when she didn't vote the people I wanted. She got rid of all the people I wanted to win.
Yeah, like Evil won, and everybody said Yaya should have won. I said Yaya should have won. Yeah, other people should have won, but they haven't. They didn't. I said, yeah. I'm like, if she get me mad, the comments she used to make. She made me mad about some comments too. She used to say a lot of ignorant stuff.
I know. I know she did.
She made me mad. I wanted to go in on her. I said, Tyra, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
And whoever doing her hair now, her makeup needs to stop it. Because they got her looking a hot mess. Her hair and makeup be looking horrible. I don't know who doing her hair and makeup. Stop it. But she's a beautiful girl, but that hair and makeup gotta go.
Facts. You know how I know you're telling the truth about that? Because for my thumbnail, I tried to find a decent picture of Tyra. I had to stroll for a good 15 minutes to find a decent picture of Tyra and her hair and her makeup. So I don't know what they be doing to her. I don't know. She's beautiful. Tyra is drop dead gorgeous, but they do too much.
Bad makeup.
They do too much to make her look unreal, but she's absolutely gorgeous. She looks gorgeous without makeup.
Yeah, she always thought that about her. I be thinking about Maryjanetv, all of them. I don't know what people doing to these people. They just don't care.
Amen.
I said,
All right, thank you, Tia. I appreciate it. God bless.
All right, thank you, sis. God bless you too.
Thank you, sis. Oh, you're so sweet. That's Tia, New Jersey in the building, baby. Love me some Tia.
Love you too.
Love you too. Straight up and down, like yes. I had to find so many pictures, And you guys heard about Evelyn. Evelyn wanted people to think that she was with Mark Anthony. Lord have mercy, Evelyn, you be doing too much. Mark Anthony came to the rescue. He was like, I am not with Evelyn Lozada. I let her kids stay at my house over the weekend. I was like, Lord, he is off the chain. No, he didn't. I was like, Evelyn was trying to get that Mark Anthony. Please do me a favor. Make sure you don't use any cuss words and don't say anything that's not friendly to YouTube. Make it family friendly. So please tell me what's going on.
How you doing? This is grown folks. I'm not going to curse. I'm not a person.
Okay, then hey, what's up, grown folks? What's going on with you? Tell me how you feel, baby.
I feel great and everything. My throat is just a little test sore. My sinuses are acting up.
Mine's too. Go ahead. For real. God, thank you for calling. I appreciate you, grown folks people.
Oh, I just love your show, and you're such a good commentator. I love your show.
Oh, you're so sweet. So what you feel about NeNe, Tamar, Tyra?
Yeah, about Tamar. No, about NeNe. I wanted to know, what did NeNe say about Cynthia that was so offensive?
Only thing she said was it wouldn't be beneficial for me to attend Cynthia Bailey's wedding.
Okay, and that's the thing that, that's what I was thinking about. If she and Cynthia are not friends, and they left in agreement, they separated in agreement, then how would it benefit her to show up at Cynthia's wedding? Like you said, it would take the spotlight off of Cynthia and put it on NeNe, and people would still have a problem with that. And that's what I don't understand about that situation. And Claudia, I'm just so heartbroken because Claudia has been chasing behind NeNe leaks for years and everything, and to try to speak of another African American woman the way that she did, because she's known for attacking, Black people's looks and features and everything. And, Claudia, someone said tonight that she's crowd chasing. And I really believe she is, because people love to talk about NeNe. And I hear some people saying, oh, NeNe is broke. She's broke. How is she broke? She's only been off the show for just a little while, and she has great investment and everything. She's a great investor. Even where I live at, in Washington, she owns property here in Washington, where I live at, and I'm a realtor, and I know that she owns property here. And I'm like, how's this lady broke and everything? And at the time that their wedding was going on, if you look through NeNe's IG page, she was on a plane. So how can she do two things at one time? She's only one person. And that's what I can't seem to gather that or anything. And I hear people saying, oh, Claudia has old money. I'm just like you. Where's the old money coming from?
She don't got no old money because her mother still lives where they grew up at. She don't have no old money. She left to seek out money. Her father wasn't around. Her mother was a single mother raising the kids. Claudia got a meal ticket, got the hell up out of here, and went to Hollywood and never returned. She returns every now and then to visit her mother, unless her mother, finally moved down to where she's at. But no, she grew up in the hood with the rest of the people. But she grew up in a nice part of the hood, which is called the East Side. She grew up on the East Side. The East Side had a lot of luxury homes, but they also had a lot of ghetto areas.
Yeah, and where, I'm trying to figure out, because I think sometimes people put things out there just to build up the person that they like, especially when, just like they said, oh, she read NeNe for filth. I'm like, when did she read NeNe for filth?
On Instagram. On Instagram, she brought up, who NeNe cheating on Greg. She basically had a transaction for red bottoms. She said NeNe was out here cheating on Greg, which she said she has a monstrosity of a nose. She's she needs to go after her plastic surgeon because her face is all messed up. And she said a whole lot of things. She goes, I'm going to spill all the tea on you, NeNe, because I knew you back in the day when you was looking for an assistant to take care of your business and you was out here bopping and dopping. So that's where people say that she read her for filth.
So that's reading a person for filth.
That's what people are saying.
But Claudia, you know, if you look at Claudia Jordan, everyone knows she's a pass around. You know what I'm saying? She's a pass around girl and everything. And to sit there and say that you read someone for filth, when you sitting there talking about a nose that we all know she had surgery on and everything, and the cheating on Greg. How did she cheat on Greg when she and Greg was divorced when she was dating that man? And Greg admitted that he cheated on her and that NeNe was a good woman to him. And everything. So that's why I can't understand what the reason for filth is. And then to move on with Tamar and David, you know, I look at this as that I think David is a good guy, because I remember when he told Mona Scott, he said, I don't want Tamar to be seen in a bad light and everything. She's very vulnerable right now, and I don't want anybody to see her in a bad light. And he kept on trying to talk to Goldie, but Goldie kept on, she kept on speaking like, oh, David is trying to be in charge of Tamar and this and that. And Tamar told her that no one can be in control of me. David is not in control of me. I am in control of Tamar once and for all. And, even when the lady got drunk and fell, no one said anything about, okay, this lady on here, she's a dreamer, whatever she is, a dream interpreter. And no one said anything about her falling out drunk, how she was attacking this black man like he was someone that was trying to abuse her. Even when she said that his eyes put scars on her arms and everything. No one is looking at this, how this white woman tried to portray this black man as an abuser, even of her. And, and I caught on to it. I'm like, we as African American people, we need to wake up and really see what's going on. Yeah, Tamar is broken in a lot of ways, but it seemed to me like he was trying to protect her because, as you know, when she came out as being molested on that show, Vince was her manager. He has always been her manager. So aren't you protected by your manager? Don't they make the decision and bring the jobs to you and go over your contracts and everything? And I can't seem to understand why nobody's throwing any heat this way, because all of this goes back to when Vince was her manager and David is just a boyfriend. Hello?
I'm listening.
Yeah, and David is just a boyfriend, but Vince was her manager on The Real. He was a manager. He got a fire from The Real. And then in the Braxton family reunion, he was her manager. So all the things that Tamar is talking about, those are things when Vince was her manager. David was not her manager with ETV. Vince was. And she was in a contract with ETV when she was doing that thing with David. Her contract had been made years ago. And so she wouldn't get sued. She had to do that episode with Mona Scott. So that's why I'm trying to figure out, where did everybody get that from? That David is trying to use her, and he's trying to use her for the spotlight. When David has money, he has his own money. Now, if you want to talk about own money, David has own money, and she don't need Tamar's money. And I think that a lot of things that's being said about so many situations are just ghost stories made up, because people know that, people gravitate to gossip and lies more so than truth, because the truth never get blown up, but a lie will and everything. And it's really making us as African American people look really bad. Even when they're talking about NeNe, that place was junky and it was cheap looking, but she did a tour of that place on her Instagram, and that place is beautiful. And I'm trying to figure out, what did they not see that other people saw?
They don't like NeNe. They don't like NeNe. And they wanted something extravagant and beautiful. And when it comes to David, I totally get what you're saying. We just don't rock with David.
But I'm trying to figure out why people don't like David.
You got to check out all the videos I did on David. People don't like him because he's condescending and he's controlling and he acts like he's God. And then on top of that, you could just look at him and see that he ain't right.
But I think that's just who he is, his culture, from where he's from. Men act like that. Those men just act like that. And I guess being with an American woman, it looks sort of controlling and condescending in our eyesight because we used to date American men. So
it's always like she was trying to catch up and please him, where he never had to do anything to gain Tamar's trust or do anything to please her. She was always compromising and trying to, make everything right for him, where you see he wouldn't compromise anything for her. And his family didn't like her. They think that they're above her and her family. Her family is nothing but problems, this and that. The sister was like, oh, she's very opinionated. But the sister said, I'm very opinionated too as well. And it always seems like this was Tamar's show. It wasn't about David. It wasn't about his family. It wasn't about his religion. But then the show became that. And people didn't want to see David. They wanted to see Tamar growth, but all we got to see was David going against, going back and forth with Goldie. And then at the end of the day, if he knows the situation that she is mentally and where she comes from and all the trials and tribulations she's been through, even though that she was wrong, why would you put the popos on your girl? Why would you do that? Why would you do all that? Just cut ties with her. If he has old money and all that money, why is he trying to get $1,700 from her? That makes no sense.
I thought it was $7,000.
The new report said $1,700. First it was $30,000. Now you said that, and then the new report that came out today said it was $1,700. Like, you got all this money. Why are you even doing that? Just walk away from her. You know that this is going to affect her and her son. And then the way that he stormed out on her on the show, like, I'm leaving. And then you got the little boy crying, Logan, don't leave, David. Don't leave, David. I'm going. And he was so mad. He was running out the door. Like, you don't behave like that. And then he talks about, oh, I'm so Christian, I'm so religious, but yet you're fornicating with Tamar and your family's okay with it, but everything else you're not okay with. It didn't make any sense. Like, he was a hypocrite.
Yeah, but I think that Tamar has a lot of issues too. Because
oh yeah, we talked about her. She is too much. She needs to get it together.
Yeah, she has a lot of issues too. Because, even when she and Vince, they used to fight and everything, but we didn't see it. We didn't see it because Vince would shut everything down. Because when her and Vince was on this show, it was just like it was Vince's show. But I'm thinking about her and David. When she put her hands on
just be careful with what you described.
Okay, but my thing is that what if the table had been turned and, she signed those papers on him? Would we be okay with that? Because it's never okay to do anything like that. And
she said
it's never okay.
It's not okay, but she said when that situation went down, she didn't go to the authorities because she didn't want to mess up David's name. She didn't want to embarrass his family. She was thinking about him, but the first time he ran there, exposed the text messages, jumped on Instagram, jumped on YouTube. That's not a man that loves you. No man that ever loved me would try to put me behind bars.
Well, different strokes for different folks.
Amen.
I heard that there's a young lady, I'm not going to call her name, that she was there and a witness to all of it, and that her interview is coming out. And David said that out of his own mouth, there was a witness there, and that the interview is going to be aired, I feel like this week.
And Tamar said that her best friend was there, and she's the one that stated that her best friend was there. She had the recording, and David said he was on the phone with his mother. So if she's gonna come out and speak, let's see what she has to say. But you know, it is what it is. It's good that they are separated from each other. It's good that Tamar can get some help, and hopefully Logan can heal from all the stuff that he done seen his mother go through. You know, he needs to be put first. That's who needs to be put first.
Because I know that David had said that the guy, the child's father, had stayed there. He was talking to Tamar. No man has any right to stay in my house while I'm out of town. And Tamar said, well, Logan wanted him to stay with him. And that's the thing that I'm saying. That was not right, though, because I've been married a long time. And even if I wasn't married, my husband, a boyfriend, went out of town, no other man has any right to stay in the home or anything. If you want to see your child and you want to be with your child for a few days, that child should have been taken home, because you know the repercussion of that. We all know if another man stay in someone else's house, there will be repercussions. I don't think Tamar was really thinking, because even in the conversation, it was like she was in a whole new world.
She was just happy that she can co-parent with Vince. That's one thing. And like you said, you've been married for a long time, and that's not the proper thing to do. Everybody, there's different folks for different strokes. Like you said, there are about 4 of my closest girlfriends. They have children with guys that they are not married. And the guys that they are married with, the other guys that they have children with, the children's father can come to the house, eat dinner. He can either come in the house and start cooking food, or, you know, one of them's attorney. And so, you know, he can't drive back and forth to New York, so he'll end up sleeping at the house. You know, there's so many different ways people do co-parent together. But since David did have a problem with the situation, Tamar did not want to address the problem with Vince, because she has history with Vince, and she didn't want to mess up what was going on. And she was telling David to do it. Why couldn't David tell Vince that I don't want you in the house? Why, you know, if somebody should have told Vince, yes, Tamar should have been the one, but you know, she doesn't like confrontation. And she told him, won't you just tell him, because she didn't want to. She was scared to tell him. She didn't want to mess up what was happening. And you're the man, and you're the one that has the problem. Why not you address him?
So was he wrong for having a problem?
Was he wrong from having a problem? No, he wasn't wrong for having a problem, but he's the one with the problem, so address it.
But, okay, the thing that I'm saying, if Tamar don't like confrontation, then why do you call a problem that causes confrontation? And that's what I'm saying. It's the same way she's back and forth with her sister, with Tracy. You know, she said that about Tracy's husband, and then when Tracy came to confront her, she acted like she was eating. You start trouble and drama, but then when the drama comes to you, you shut down and play victim.
Tamar has a problem where she sees people bickering over her or something that has to do with her, and she will not confront that situation. She'll let it go. She admitted on the show that she just let it be. She don't want to get in the middle of it, which is wrong too as well. But Tamar is a whole different game to deal with, because, you know, she knew that man was having a problem with David. But David was having a problem with Vince, and she wouldn't tell Vince. And I think it was out of fear, but she rather than bicker and David be upset and not tell, you know, Vince. And then on top of that, David wouldn't address it either. He seen that she wasn't going to do anything, so he could have addressed it, or then he just ended up letting it be. So she starts shit. Tamar starts shit and hide her hand. That's what she does. She'll say stuff and be like, on the show, she was very dismissive to her sisters, dismissive to their pain, and dismissive to the things that they said that they went through when it was brought to her attention on the show. And she turned around and said, that was so many years ago. People can say the same thing about Tamar's situation. It's like Tamar feels like she's the only one that can hold on to pain. And when you talk about her sister Tracy holding on to pain, she was like, oh, that was so long ago. ago. I was like 16 or 14 or 15, but it still hurts. So just like the pain that you suffer still hurts you from many, many years ago. So she's very self-absorbed too as well. And that's the issue. And she needs to work on that.
Yeah, and I'm just so done because, I see how Tamar is, and I saw her crying on the Tamar Hall show and this and that and everything, and I'm so over her because you never know who she is today. It's almost like she has, I don't know, it's just, you can really look at it and you get tired of it. You get tired of a grown person not acting like an adult and everything. And it's just so weird because you have a son now and you have to grow up. You have to put these things away now and start acting. It's almost like Kenny Moore when she had that baby. She said, well, my baby grew me up. I'm not doing the things I used to do and this and that and everything. But that's just a lie. A baby cannot change you. You have to want to be the one to change yourself for the better. And that's what these shows do. If there was a show out that shows a positive side of our people and everything, it wouldn't get as many views or anything. Everybody would say, oh, that show is so boring, we need drama. But then when you get the drama, we go back and say, well, it's showing us in a bad light. So what do we want? Do we want the drama, or do we want to see the more encouraging, positive, the more educated side, the more prosperous side of us as African Americans? And I think we can have it if we speak more on it and just get tired of the mess.
Facts.
But us being portrayed as just nothing. Even in business, I see NeNe trying to start her business, trying to get this going, and people are tearing it down.
Yep,
hey,
facts. I was upset. I did a video about it because I'm just like, yo, this lady done walked away. No, y'all didn't want her on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Everybody wanted NeNe off. They didn't want NeNe there. NeNe complained about the way that she was being treated. She was being, ostracized. She was being blackballed. Blase in the third. She wasn't being treated fairly. And then at the end of the day, when if you're going to treat me like the way you treat me, you need to pay me like the way I supposed to be treated. I need to be on these episodes, Blase in the third. They said no, she walked away. Now she's trying to do something. Now if NeNe can actually create something that is huge, that is beautiful, that people would invest in and people would watch, that will give more women that is involved with these networks and these shows off, that they can feel the power and they can feel encouragement and the inspiration to leave these shows. Because look what happened to Mariah. There's a lot. And then if you go to Love and Hip Hop, there's a lot of the ladies said that they didn't like the things that happened. People didn't want them on, the production didn't want them there because they got older. On Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, they wanted them to still be the same crazy people, but they have matured and grown. And it's like, there's only certain doors open. So this is why I did a video, a couple of days ago about NeNe, like maybe a day ago. And it's just like, this could actually be great, because if she's actually successful, the women that are quiet and the people that are quiet that are working for these networks could possibly believe that they can leave this network, start something else, and people will support them. This is really great. And so it almost make it seem like, in my opinion, that the network and the people that are working with the network and production companies are actually helping people put out all this negative shit and just dog NeNe out. Granted, NeNe's not the best person. Granted, NeNe done dog people out. Granted, NeNe done did this, but this is what you see history. I'm being a little bit dramatic, saying that this could be actually history. If she can actually leave the franchise and create something very successful, I guarantee you more would leave too as well. Candy Burris, she has a whole lot of projects, so she's always busy. So if she actually leave the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she'll still be all right. But for the ones that are not like her, that want to leave and don't like the way they're being portrayed, I think this is a good thing for NeNe. But I just seen so much hate online. I'm not NeNe's number one fan because I like all the ladies, but you gotta recognize when someone's trying to make a move. And then if she's actually successful, everybody will leave. That means that these networks will have to negotiate, have to bend over backwards for some of the ladies, not treat them like, oh, you either do it or go, and nobody will know about you, you know? So I understand your point on that.
But you know what people are missing? They're missing one thing that NeNe said. She has gotten so many calls from so many producers that want to produce her read session. They want to produce that. And I think that when you say something like that something great is about to happen in your life, here come the enemy, ready to attack that. And that's why, I don't subscribe to a lot of channels, but I do yours. And I like it because one thing about it, you give the negative side and you give the positive side.
Oh, thank you.
And then you also give a diagnosis, so people can learn to think for themselves. And that's why I like your show. I thought, she need to go live sometime and have her segment where people can call in and she can talk live. Because the advice that you give, it's hardcore, but it's right. It's right. It's hardcore, but it's right. But then you have a soft side. Because one thing about it, you say you're not Team NeNe, but you are Team African American woman.
Amen.
You are an African American woman.
Amen.
And that's why I love your channel. That's what I love about your attitude and everything. No matter what, you're going to speak, you're going to have your say because that's your job. But at the end of the day, you always throw positivity in there with the negativity. And that right there overrides everything. And I hope your channel be blessed.
Aww.
And I hope you get millions and millions of subscribers, endorsement deals, because we need this. We, as women, we need someone positive on YouTube that can speak the truth, that can dissect it, and you're really good at it.
Oh, you're so
really,
sweet. Thank
really
you.
good at it. And I'm going to pray that God just takes you higher and higher. And I'm just going to sit here and continue listening to your live.
Thank you so much, Grown Folks People. People wanted to know your name in the chat because they like you. Grown Folks People, she's in the chat. She's going to type in the chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Okay.
And I appreciate you because you have been around a long time.
Oh, I'm faithful to you. I'm faithful to your channel.
Thank you.
And I will continue to be around. And do you have a cash app?
It's on the screen.
Okay. Well, you be blessed, and I love you, and
I love
your
you
show.
too. Thank you.
And I pray for all your subscribers and all your viewers that God just bless them so greatly.
Amen. Hey, we all need a blessing in this time and day and this age, because when this election come through, we don't know. A lot of people going to be upset on both sides. So we have to love each other and protect each other, and at least be kind to one another, because there's a lot out here going on in this world, especially in Philly, especially all over the United States. Once this election comes through, it's going to be crazy. We have the pandemic. So we're going to have to depend on our brother and our sister. And I always say this, don't let the media separate the black man and the black woman. Stay close, stay tight, stay together, because at the end of the day, we need each other.
My husband always preaches sermon, being keepers one to another. Am I not my brother's keeper? And we have to keep that in mind. We're supposed to be keepers of one another, and that right there is building one each other up. Preparing each other to be successful in life and everything. And you do that so much. You do that so much, and your viewers, sometimes I read the most sweetest comments on your page. And sometimes I read the ones that are not so sweet.
Oh, yeah. They're there.
But through it all, it's the way that they feel. And just because somebody may write a bad comment, maybe they don't understand it. But then when you start talking about it, you see the comments started changing and everything. And that's why I feel so blessed to be a part of Mary Jane's creation. And you be blessed.
You be blessed too, sister. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Amen. Yeah, we need that. We all need the positivity, but we also need to be prepared for what's going on in this world. It's not going to be a happy ending whoever gets elected for president. So let's just keep our eyes open, say hi, say hello to our brothers and our sisters and support them. And also make sure you guys stock up and you buy stuff too as well. Make sure your house is filled up with stuff. Make sure if you have to stay in your house for a week or two, you can be in there comfortably with the things that you need. Start now. Put Thanksgiving, put Christmas, put that on hold and stock up and replenish your house. Buy things that you might not have access to, things that you enjoy, because things might get a little bit difficult or change a little bit. We don't know what the outcome is going to be with the pandemic and with this election. So we need to be prepared if we need to take shelter in our home and not leave our home. But yep, that's the situation. Yes, it was mad shade. And we know that NeNe Leakes has pissed so many people off because of things that she said, things that she's done, but she's off the show. And if she actually make it, that means the other ladies that are unhappy, that don't want to be participating in the negativity of what these TV shows make them look like, if they just want to put their husband on and their kids on to be successful. Okay. We have another call. Do me a favor, please don't use any cussing, any swearing, and please think about it at a friendly family chat when you start to talk, and don't say things you wouldn't say in front of your kid or your pastor or your mama and your daddy. So please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, this is Rashida. I'm calling from the DMV.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I was wondering, I usually don't come on doing a whole lot of cussing.
I know, I'm just saying it just off rip.
I was like, dang, what did I do?
No, I said it to every caller.
Oh, okay. Listen, how y'all doing? I hope all of y'all are doing really good. November 3rd is coming up right around the corner, right?
Yep.
So I was really, I've been watching a lot of Tariq Nasheed videos, like a lot of Boyce Watkins videos, and everybody was talking about, for foundational Black Americans, no tangibles, no vote kind of theory.
Yep.
Right? But I'm thinking that I am going to vote, but, I don't have a problem with telling people who I'm voting for or who I'm not voting for. But what I think is really important is I think that it's important that people vote locally,
Exactly.
Like vote, I guess like school board, your judges and like all of the other, the things that we do not think that are important, they really are extremely important.
Yes.
Like who's going to be the new judge elected, the prosecutors, the people in charge of the school board in your local county or in your city.
Yes, facts. My councilman, I already know who I'm voting for when it comes to my councilman, the representative for the council for this area.
Thank you, sis. Exactly, right? Like,
yeah, I know. I don't already talk.
That is going to affect like where we live at.
Exactly.
In our town.
Yeah, because there's some crazy people running in my town. I'm like, Lord.
But it's like, even if you don't want to. Okay, like here's the thing, like, you have Democrat, Republican, but there's also Green parties. I have always registered as independent.
Yep.
My whole life. So, I want Black people to know you do not have to vote for Joe Biden. Y'all can take it how y'all want to take it. This is just what I'm saying. Y'all don't have to vote for Joe Biden. Y'all don't have to vote for Trump. People need to take time and really research and see, because you have an independent candidate, Mary Jane, and you also have, Green Party candidates.
Yep, you do.
And so that's, me being Rashida Libra, I'm about to balance the scales. I'm like, I ain't messing with none of them.
But you also,
none of them bitches.
Yep, you also got to think about.
I'm just going to vote green, but I'm just going to make sure that I pay attention to who I'm voting for when it comes to my county that I live in.
Exactly. your county, what they're gonna do with resource, with
because
energy.
That affects my daily life.
Exactly.
You know, and I'm from the DMV, you know, DC, Maryland, Virginia, capital M. So I'm from the Maryland side. So, you know, so I'm going to make sure that you know, I mean, yeah, the president is important, yada, yada, yada. But people need to understand what is just as important is voting in locally.
Facts.
I mean, close to like to where they live at.
Facts.
So sorry I'm late. I just had to come in and slide through, girl.
I appreciate it all day, sister.
All day. Oh, what's up, my peeps, my peeps, my peeps, my peeps?
I know, I used to say that. Oh my God. What's up, my peeps, my peoples? What's up, my peeps, my peoples? Peep Squad is in the building, baby.
I love it. Don't stop saying that.
We're going to the top, to the top. Thank you.
All right.
That's our sister girl. She's our own sister soldier. That's our sister soldier in the building, baby. Yeah, I work on the Air Force. Oh, you do? That's one night like it. Oh, yeah. You know what, Miss Chrissy? That has been happening to a lot of people I know. One of my friends, she was driving in New Hampshire, and she ended up at a rally, and it was like pickup trucks and, you know, plaid shirts and, you know, funny looking hats. So, yeah, and you're like the fifth person that told me that. Like, girl, thank God you were here. Thank God that you were safe and everything, that you was protected. Let me tell you. We have to stay protected. We have to stay protected. We need the armor of everything on. And, you know, we need to tell people where we're going, we're coming. Make sure your phone is charged. Make sure you got an escape plan. Make sure you're just good, because you never know where you might stop. Make sure your tank of gas is always filled. Just really have the GPS ready. If you don't have it in your car, get it on your phone. So make sure. Okay, they hung up. Yes. I'm so glad multiple times this year. For real, just be careful. Make sure you are protected in your car. Get what you need in your car. Make sure you are protected. Make sure you guys are always protected. You're looking over your shoulders and you're peeping out the scene and the scenery. Who's there, who's not there, how many cars there, parked near cameras. You know what I mean? Just make sure you are safe. Because there's a whole lot of craziness going on in this world, for real. Oh, you're so nice, follow-up. Peep Squad is in the building. That used to be my spell. Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building. We're going to it's please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. And I forgot my whole spell. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. My peeps, my peoples. From the bottom of my heart. I used to have a long, 1 minute spill. A long one. I'm so glad. Hey, virtuous woman, baby. How you doing? A couple of weeks ago, I was on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and yeah, I know. There's a whole lot going on. For real. You gotta be protected, especially us women and men. Be protected. Have a phone holder in your car where you can be streaming. Sometimes if things look unsavory, start streaming live to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Call somebody that you know. Have them on the phone. Have the camera going. Record. And also make sure you are protected and look over your shoulders. Sometimes I map out my routes of where I'm going and I'll find out what's going on in the area, because I'm just a nosy person. So when I'm going certain areas or something like that, I'll be like, oh, what's the route I need to take to get there? And then at the same time, I'll be looking for events that are going on in my town or my city. If it's on Facebook, if it's on Twitter, because you can, make your Instagram and your Twitter, come up to show you things that are going on in your area too as well. I just make sure I try to stay aware, because I've been caught up. I've been caught up a couple of times, but I've been caught up where, we wasn't having all this going on. I was caught up and baby, I was protected, so I was good, Make sure you go get your registrations, your license to carry, do whatever you need to do, baby. For real. just to protect yourself, because you never know. There's a lot of people that are in destitute. There's a lot of people, that need that stimulus check too as well. There's a lot of people that is not working too as well. And there's a lot of people that do be watching your every move, or there's people coming into your community trying to get you to take surveys or vote this way or that way. Don't open your door for nobody unless you can hear what they're saying. And you got to use your intuition too as well, and use your people skills to decide whether you should help or not. Just always look over your shoulders and be very careful. Oh, Norris Tony, you're so sweet. I appreciate that so much. Father, I appreciate that too, man. I know you gotta be you have to be careful. You just gotta be aware and never be in fear, but be aware. And you're not in fear if you're prepared for anything to happen. What's the old saying? I don't need to get ready because I stay ready. So you got to stay ready, especially at these times that we are facing all over America. And especially, with a pandemic going on. You need to be careful. You need to check on your elderly. You need to check on your people that you care about and that you love to as well, and warn them to be careful, because some people still be acting like it's sweet out here. It's not sweet. It's ugly. So just be careful and watch your back. That's right, Mary Jane. It's hard not to. I know, Happy Days. But, it's just, I just be like, doing my thing. It's hard not to. You just got to be. And then it also comes with staying in shape, eating right. We also need to eat right too as well, and protect our bodies just in case something does happen. We need to run. We need to do this. We need to do that. So a little exercise here and there, if it's just doing a few sit-ups or a few Reppin' Fitness, I post them on my community wall. I post YouTubers on my community wall. Reppin' Fitness, he does a lot of exercise, a lot of how to eat too as well. But make sure you're putting vegetables, you're putting fruit in your body, and you're eating well too as well, because you never know. And try to stay away from the canned goods when you're stocking up too as well. Try your best to live a healthy lifestyle, so if anything does pop off, you'll be able to handle yourself too as well. So there's a lot of stuff on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff everywhere where you can do training. You can do exercise courses right on YouTube. Like, I got a playlist with nothing but exercise videos. And then, I haven't popped them in. I haven't watched them in a minute. But put them on, put my music in the background, and do that too as well. But always, you got to also think about, you got to keep your body intact. And you have to keep your blood pressure down. If you have diabetes, whatever illness or ailments that you might be suffering from, you got to take care of that, because you got to deal with a pandemic too as well, and you have to deal with other things. So make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're taking your vitamins, you're taking good vitamins. Read the back of your vitamins to make sure whatever you're taking a vitamin for is actually in there. I remember one time, I'm on B12s or whatever, so I was buying B12s and vitamin C and everything else like that, spending dough, baby. Not really dough, like, a couple of dollars here or there. And then so I started to, let me, at one point in time, everything was the ingredients from my hair to the food I put in my body. And then it said ascorbic acid on the vitamins and things like that. So there was no B12s in the bottle, but they're selling it as B12. They're selling vitamin C like it's actually vitamin C, and it's not. So make sure you're reading the ingredients of what the product you buy that is actually beneficial to your body. There's a lot of good vitamins out here. Maybe one day I'll put a list and put them on my community wall, because let me tell you, I've been up and down these streets. I've been in and out, up and down, round and round, side to side. I've been everywhere, baby. I got my good old I take them vitamins, and it's some sea moss. I made sea moss today, so I don't know if it's called sea moss. I'm probably saying it wrong, but just, take care of yourself, baby, because you never know. You got to be prepared, and that means your physical got to be prepared too as well. Your mental needs to be prepared so you can peep out the scene, baby. Folks, eat a lot of baked fish. Yeah, there's brain food too as well. And veggies. Try to get, some organic vegetables. Try to get, some good stuff if you can. But at least, cook at home. Prepare your meals at home. that, you know, every now and then, you know, you eat out, do what you got to do. If you're going to eat out, make sure you're just not eating at the places that everything adds up to $6.99. Even though sometimes just make sure you buying a meal for 6 people, it don't end up to be $10.99. Lord, there's something wrong there. For everything you are. Thank you, Ralph. I appreciate it. For real, nice. Oh, so yeah, so I guess we at the 2-hour mark. It is 12:48. Thank you guys for coming through. I appreciate it. I'm about to my Ratchet show. I think it's gonna be tomorrow with Real Chance of Love. I just haven't had a chance to get to it. So Real Chance of Love, I believe I'm gonna go live tomorrow. But if I don't go live tomorrow, I'll go live the next day and do that too as well. And if anything else pop off, we'll go live and see what's good with the situation, see what's going on. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, this I really enjoyed this live. I really enjoyed all the calls. I really enjoyed you guys too as well. I'm glad you guys felt comfortable. I felt comfortable in sharing things too as well. But there is policies on here. A lot of videos do get demonetized for different things that are said, and you know, sometimes things have to be said in a code word. Sometimes we gotta work by the Underground Railroad. Thank you, Miss Chrissy, baby. Thank you so much. You are a blessing from God all the time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And you stay safe, baby. Stay with the still. Stay safe. And I appreciate all of y'all so much. You guys are really amazing people and really nice people, down to earth people. You guys don't tear people down, dog people out. You say your little shade here and there, but it's always cute. It's always sweet and everything. Oh, thank you, Felicia Butler. Thank you so much. I didn't even know you joined the membership. You're so sweet. And you be safe over there in that hurricane. And everybody in Mississippi who's going to be touched, that you guys be protected, that, you know, you leave unscathed. Nothing happens. Everything, it just blows over like the wind, baby. For real, for real. Virtuous Woman, thank you so much. Thank you, Fisher. You guys are just absolutely wonderful, and I really do appreciate it because y'all be giving me intel and info. Oh, Miss Chrissy, baby, Lord have mercy. Thank you so much. You are a blessing, and I really do appreciate it because it puts a smile on my face, and it just feels good too as well when, you know, you donate. no other reason. It feels good. Like, oh damn, they, you know, even though everybody doesn't donate, but it's like, you know, you appreciate and you take the time out to do that because it's hard times out here, and I do appreciate that too as well. And I appreciate everybody that's coming through, you know what I mean, that, you know, watch the videos. I appreciate all that. You guys are really amazing, and I be looking for y'all. You're so sweet. Thank you, Miss Chrissy, baby. 1 2 3. And you kind of scared me. I was like, oh my God, you were around them people. Lord have mercy. I really do appreciate it because I think that if I'm feeling comfortable, I know y'all in the chat gotta feel comfortable. And it's so wonderful to see when you guys enter the chat, everybody say what's up to each other. You guys might be on different pages. I might not like this person or that person, but it's always respectful. Just like I don't want to disrespect y'all, and I don't want y'all to disrespect each other, but shit happens every now and then. And I really do appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Chrissy, baby. And thank you guys for joining the membership. Felicia Butler, I didn't even know you had the membership. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You guys are wonderful. You guys are A1. And sometimes I be forgetting shit and y'all be in the comments typing in. So when I'm looking up, like, oh, there we go. Like, y'all are mad smart and mad cool. And I'm just so glad that you guys are comfortable and you speak your mind, because that's all I want is y'all to speak your mind. You just, you know, we could be on different pages. It's cool. And, you know, it's just like, to get the love from your people is amazing. And to see you guys love on each other and say what's up to each other, greet each other. It's like, yo, we just straight 100. We just chilling. We saying what's up, say what we want to say, talk our shit, but we're all doing it in a respectful way. And I really do feel good. Thank you so much, Father, for feeling comfortable. I feel comfortable, like, if I'm fumbling or I be like, damn, I forgot to put that clip in or whatever, you know, the conversation still flows. You guys are just mad good, very good to me, and I just want to be good to y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming through. May peace, prosperity, and protection and health and wealth be with everybody in the chat and their family, and they're able to be prosperous and be strong, and give them the knowledge and the wisdom that they all need to continue on, to keep going. Give them the strength, the power, and everything they need to make their dreams come true. You guys are absolutely wonderful, and I wish you guys the best forever, ever, baby. So, I don't know if you guys seen that Kanye West interview, but we got to talk about Kanye West. Thank you guys so much. Much love to all of y'all. Peace and blessings. May you guys have a healing. May you guys have health. Anything. Your body is brand new and strong and powerful, and everything else with that. And prosperity and wealth and healing for all my peeps and my peoples. Thank you so much for the donations. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate you guys joining the membership too as well. Thank you, Miss Chrissy, baby. You're amazing too as well.